What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Optimize You. On this podcast, we're going to talk about everything regarding creating sustainable habits. We're going to talk about the common mistakes that people make, and then how you can go about step-by-step creating habits that are going to move you towards your goal and beyond. If you enjoy this, all we ask from you is that you like, subscribe, and share it with a friend, family member, or somebody close to you. Now onto the podcast. All right, dude. So one thing, we were talking briefly right before this on habits, how sometimes you find that clients leave the program a little bit too early, like that maybe they don't have these solidified habits. And so I think it'd be good for us to chat on just how does somebody build habits the proper way? Because from what I've found just over the course of coaching is that so many people are so dead set on this plan or this diet that they have to follow. And they forget the fact that really the easiest approach to losing weight or building muscle or burning body fat or whatever it may be is going to be just focusing on a set of habits, and you continue to add new ones in as you nail these other ones down. And before you know it, you've reached your goal.
That's it, man. I think what I see a lot of people do, and they overcomplicate things, right? I think, and we do that. I do that with other topics, health and fitness, not so much, but like there's other topics where this one's super random, but I'm like looking at different trucks, right? Like I'm looking at getting a new truck. Eventually I'm going to get one, but I'm like starting to research it. And I'm like, man, well, I don't have the right suspension. I don't have the bigger wheels. I don't have the lift kit. And so I'm like intimidated by all these things when it's just like, dude, what's the first step? Like, what do you want to do? What do you want to improve first on the truck? Like, don't just go for the gusto and get everything, do the window tints, get the sound system, put the lift on. It's like, no, dude, just start simple. Like, what's the first thing? It's like, oh, okay, well, I can make sure that the in-dash is something that operates that includes Apple Play and like all these things, and like start there first, right? Like start with something on the interior that's going to affect me personally, not necessarily worry about the wheels and the ride and all the exterior stuff that's for other people anyways, and I'm just like taking it step by step. But people do that with their health and fitness too. They're like, man, I need to have the gym membership. I used to hear this one all the time. Once I start getting in shape, then I'll come see you. Then I'll come sign up with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dude, it's ass backwards, right? I'm like, that what do you think we do, right? Like, that's what we're going to help you do. And we're going to help you build from where you're at right now. And so you said it perfect. It's just like putting the habits that you have and with the resources that you currently have at this current state. And then we're just building off that, man, progressively. So I think that's where a lot of people drop it, is they think they have to have all these things in place and it has to be perfect for them just to start their journey. So they're like, oh man, I'm not working out yet, so I better do that first. And then I eat terrible too, so I'm going to have to go get all new food. And it's like, you can do those things, but you can start right now with some push-ups on an elevated surface, like on a countertop, right? You can do some assisted squats. You can start changing out some of your meals today. Instead of them being 100% processed, maybe mix in a single ingredient, high quality lean meat source for your protein, instead of just going all Taco Bell and fast food and crap, right? It doesn't have to go from like these huge drastic swings. And they can really be small and incremental change. And you said it because you and I both know, we're like, that's what makes it stick, dude. Let's just give somebody the benefit of the doubt. Say they could revamp their entire diet and their exercise routine, or include one that they don't have, and they're including cardio, and they're doing all these things, and they're maximizing their sleep, and they're doing all these phenomenal things that what they were previously doing was considered 0. And now all of a sudden they went to 100. You and I both know, we're like, oh, that's a ticking time bomb, dude. Like, how long are they going to be able to sustain that?
Oh yeah.
And you and I have seen it, man. So it's crazy.
I've seen it with myself, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've tried to do that many times in different things, even in health and fitness. I've tried to do that. Yeah. I think what you mentioned is like step one: understand, meet yourself where you're at, right? And also like get an idea of what habits do you currently have built, if any, right? Do you have any habits currently built in different areas that you can look at? Like if you're looking at this, you're at the start, you're like, I don't know where to even begin. We can look at movement, right? We can look at exercise, like workout, right? Movement, workout, they're kind of similar, but also like I'm thinking like lifting versus walking, right? Yeah. Kind of like stuff like that. Lifting versus doing chores around the house or doing yard work, stuff like that. Like that could be considered movement as well. Then we have food, right? Food side of things, I think of food quality, and then I think of protein, right? Kind of, they're two similar things, but also like we could be talking about, okay, like processed foods versus nutritious foods, and then just high protein foods versus not as high protein foods. We got sleep. We have stress management. We have you got any other categories that are
Hydration.
popping? Hydration. There you go.
Yep.
So those are kind of the main hitters, right? Those different ones. And it can feel like a lot looking at it, but like which ones do you have nailed down? Maybe you're like, Alex, Matt, all I got nailed down is hydration. Cool. Well, you're ahead of a lot of people. Right. But what one now strikes you as the next one that like appeals to you to work on? Right. Because I think that's a huge thing. I remember when I started coaching, I thought I had to like tell people exactly what to work on next. And that just doesn't lead to the best adherence, right? It's more or less like, well, what do you feel like is the next move? Like, so take all these things, take all the habits you have, and what thing appeals to you, or what two things on that list appeal to you to work on. And it's like, oh, you know what? I want to move more and I want to eat more protein. Cool. Well, let's start there. Let's figure out where you're at on movement wise. Maybe you're not moving at all. Let's start with 15 minutes a day, or let's start with 3,000 steps a day, 4,000 steps a day. Protein wise, where are you at on protein? Maybe you start tracking that protein. You figure out, oh, I'm eating 50 grams a day. Cool. Well, let's start with 65 grams a day of a goal. Like these are just small examples, but it's meeting yourself where you're at and increasing it a little bit more, but also keeping in mind what things appeal to you to work on right now, because those are the things you're more inclined to stick with. Right. And then don't jump ship too quickly. Right. It's like sometimes people are like, they do it for a week or two. They're like, oh, I've nailed this down. And then you try to add new things in and it's overwhelming because you're still haven't fully become a habit. It takes, I know a lot of people have said, what was it, like 26 days or something like that? It's like, when it's really more like 60, 90, 100 days of working on something that's going to solidify that to where you don't even think about it anymore. And so that's kind of what I think of is like step one, meet yourself where you're at. But how do we do that? Well, we do that by figuring out what are all the categories we could work on, figuring out which ones you have nailed down currently, and then figuring out which ones kind of appeal to you to work on, finding maybe two habits that you could implement within those, like that one area or within two areas, and then starting there with like a little bit more than what you're currently doing.
Yeah. And Alex just laid out all the fun of, I'm going to call those the needle movers, right? There's so many things different avenues we can dive down, but you just listed off the things that are going to give people the biggest bang for their buck, which I think is really important. So if you really want to move the needle in the right direction and give attention to detail, like really direct your focus, those things that you mentioned are great. One little exercise that I encourage people to do too is, especially with their food, what they can do, a practice that they can do if you're not quite sure where to start, is just log your food and what you eat on a common day. Like, what's a common day look like? You could even literally just like handwrite, literally just like on a notepad, a pen and paper, of what you eat in the next few days. Like, what does it look like? And you probably already know, because we're creatures of habit. So we probably eat pretty similar. You don't even have to go through the actual thing of let me eat it and then write it down. You totally could. But even if you're just like, oh, I know what I eat, and you wrote down an entire day, it's really cool to see it on paper or to see it on in an app where you logged everything. And then what I have people do is I just circle one or two things. I'm like, okay, where would you start first? Like, where do you personally want to start? And you'd be surprised when you see everything written out from you in a day. You're going to know, it'll jump out right to you. You'd be like, oh man, yeah. Like, I don't need to have those Pop-Tarts for breakfast. I could probably switch those out. Right. Or I don't need to have that midday snack when whoever brought in candy, snacks, donuts at work, like I could probably forego that, or I could probably have an alternative there. And you start to see people make their own choices based off what they've logged on. It's one thing for you and I to be like, all right, well, you need to change all of it, right? Like, we know that you need to change 99% of this. Like, I'm glad you drank some water in there, but other than that, like, we need to switch out all that stuff. Instead of doing that, we know that's the case. However, just picking one to two things and giving yourself a starting point can do wonders, and it gets the momentum rolling, right? It gets the ball rolling. And then from there, like you mentioned before, you can build on top of that. So maybe you picked one or two items and you're like, yeah, I'm going to switch those out going into tomorrow. And then from there, once you can do that consistently for however many days to where it almost feels second nature, you're like, man, I don't even eat the Pop-Tarts anymore. It's not to say you can't have them, but let's say you've become consistent with not having the Pop-Tart for breakfast first thing in the morning, and you switch that out for like some Greek yogurt and some fruit, maybe a scoop of protein in there, something different, right? And then once you've done that and you've done it consistently, then you can look at your log again and go, okay, what's the next thing that I want to switch out? And you just do it little by little. And you literally do that with everything. And I think if people took that approach, it wouldn't be so daunting. They wouldn't be waiting for like this perfect time to start, and they'd actually just get started, right? They'd start sloppy, like we always talk about. They would literally just start. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. I mean, honestly, like this podcast topic, I think it's something that it just gets overcomplicated by everybody. Like we were mentioning, it's the thought of kind of seeing what other people are doing and thinking that we need to have all these habits nailed down. Everybody's on their own journey, and naturally, instead of trying to focus on getting 5 workouts in a week when you've been doing 0, just do 1, right? Just from 1. Once you have 1 nailed down, do 2. When you have 2 nailed down, do 3. It's this like really simple approach. It seems too easy to work, but that's really what works. Because unless if you're somebody too, and this could be a good thing to look into, just kind of look inward. If you're somebody watching this or listening to this, is kind of look at what your intentions are for this. Because a lot of times, like people, maybe they have this intention of getting down to this body or this shape, like for maybe the wrong reasons, right? When in reality, like what we talk about on this podcast is more of a lifestyle approach to this, more of a long-term, like optimizing your body and how you feel for the long term, for like forever. And when you put it into those terms and you're like, I'm trying to do this because I want to do this for life. And like, I want to live longer and I want to be there for my kids and my family and everybody, and be the best version of myself. Now that slow approach makes more sense, and it's easier to grasp your head around, and it like works. It's me and you are both products of that, right? It's like, I remember when I started this podcast, a few years ago. I think we're coming up on 2 years of this podcast being around, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. And when Nick and I initially had come out with it, like, I think I was still in the midst of, like eating problems and really like feeling terrible about my body and all these things. Right. And, I had some habits. I was working out a lot. I was moving a lot. I was eating a lot of protein, but there were certain things that over the course of those 2 years, I've really gotten a lot better with, like sleep and stress management and different, food quality and also like just balance within my plan and being okay eating more desserts and having more of a maybe 70-30 approach to my nutrition. And so it's like, it's crazy how like it adapts over time, but also you look back over the course of, even 6 months, a year, 2 years. And it's like, oh, wow. Like back then I didn't have these sleep habits. I didn't have these habits with my food, these protein, like you'll be surprised at how much you can change in 6 months. But a lot of times the problem becomes that we try to change things so quickly that we end up right back at the start or in worse shape because we were trying to change everything, or we were trying to like accelerate it way too quickly.
Yeah, we still do it to this point. It's all about remembering it and like bringing yourself back and like grounding yourself and being like, oh yeah, it's not going to happen in 2 days. We want the fast Amazon Prime delivery. Like we want it now. And we want that with everything. But if we could just slow down, you brought up a great point, just extend our time horizon, understand that this isn't going to happen overnight, but the progress that we can make is literally, I think one of the best things to do is like establish what the gold standard is, establish what you need to do to get to where it is that you're going to go. And instead of looking at him and being like, man, that's a daunting list of things, like the characteristics of that person that is yielding the outcome that I want, man, that's like an entirely different person. Well, cool. Chunk it back, even in like months. Okay. In 6 months, what's required to be able to really move the needle? Okay. What's required in 3 months, in 1 month, in weeks? What can I do today, right here and now? What's the first step here? And now you have a roadmap. But I think what people want to do is they want to look at that list, or they want to look at what's required. And they're like, I got to do all the things, or the situation or scenario has to be perfect for me to be able to start. And right now is not that time. And then we go, oh, it'll hopefully be smoother in the future so that I can start and it'll be easier and I'll have my shit together and I'll be able to do it then. And I'll have more time in my schedule. It never works out that way. And so we keep pushing things back further and further and further. And before we know it, we still haven't even started. We're in the same spot. And so I think it's just grasping like, what can I do today, here and now? And the thing that's tough too, that you see a lot in health and fitness, is we want to compare to, are we there yet mentality? Like, what's the goal? What's the dream body? What's the physique look like? What's the lifestyle look like? And we wake up the next day and we're like, damn, I'm not there. Right. And so that's what we're comparing to. We're like looking at the North Star. It's like, that's great. Like, use it as reference. But what did we do that's better that we did yesterday that we could do a little bit better today? Can we build on that today? And that boring, like monotonous mentality, before you know it, eventually you can look back over your shoulder and go, damn, I've come so far. That's crazy. That's why in my program, in your program too, we have our clients do progress photos. So like they look at them and they look back months and prior and even over years, and they're like, damn, that was a different person. I feel the same though. I feel similar. I feel like I haven't really changed. I'm like, yeah, because you see yourself every day. So that's what you're comparing it to. But yeah, man, really cool, dude. We say all that just to wrap up and say, man, keep things simple, right? No need to overcomplicate it.
100%, dude. Yeah, I think that's huge. Really, just to recap everything, is just really meet yourself where you're at. Like you said, keep it simple, 1 to 3 habits at a time, and don't try to go way too far than you can. Make sure everybody's in a different lifestyle. Everybody's in a different place in their life, has certain things going on. A lot of times we hear from people, it's like, oh, I'm not in the right spot to do this. Like it is always the right spot to do it. It's just going to depend on how much can you handle at this moment, right? That's going to determine what habits you put in place and how many habits you put in place. Maybe somebody who has more time can work on 3 habits at a time, whereas you can just work on 1. Meet yourself where you're at, focus on small incremental changes over time. And before you know it, within 3, 6 months, a year, you'll look back and you'll see a completely different version of yourself. But also make sure that you put different measuring things in there. Track your energy, your sleep, track the things that you're working on so that you can see that progress. Because a lot of times people just use the scale, or they just use, certain things that don't always tell the full story. Use certain measurements that are going to actually show that you're moving the needle in the right direction. But other than that, we appreciate you guys listening, watching every single week. We hope you have a great rest of the day, great rest of the week. We'll be talking to you soon.